Welcome back. I'm Joseph Hoffman, and in this lesson, we're going to continue the story of Piano Street and learn how to find F and G on your piano. Let's come to the piano and continue our story. Last time in our story, we talked a lot about the doghouse. Can you point to the lowest doghouse on your screen? If you're pointing here, you're correct. And the white key in between any group of two black keys is always called D. Now, can you find the D that's the next one higher on your screen? Point to it. If you're pointing here, you're correct. And then let's find the last D. Point to it. If you're pointing here, you're correct. Now, in our story, the boy had a grandma who also lived on this street. And do you think Grandma would live in a stinky old doghouse? I don't think so. Notice that we also have these groups of 3 black keys. A group of 3 black keys is where Grandma lives, in a nice, big, comfortable 3 black key house. And Grandma lives in this first bedroom here. Can you tell me the letter that Grandma begins with? If you said G, you're correct. On your piano, to find the letter G, simply look for a group of 3 black keys, which is Grandma's house, and it's this first bedroom inside the house. Now, let's find another G on this piano. Can you point to another group of 3 black keys down low on your screen? If you're pointing right here to this group, you are correct. Let's find the G in this house. Can you point to Grandma's room? If you're pointing right here, you're correct. Grandma always lives in this first room here on the left side of her house. Can you find another group of 3 black keys? If you're pointing up here, you're correct. It's another Grandma's house. There are grandmas everywhere on Piano Street. Now, let's point to the note that's G in this Grandma's house. If you're pointing right here, you're correct. Now, on your own piano at home, I'd like you to find and play all the G's. Say G and play it whenever you find one. Press pause, find and play all your G's on your own piano, then press play again when you're ready to go on. Did you find all the G's on your piano? Good job. Now, let's continue the story. Grandma was feeling very lonely one day, and so her grandson said, "Grandma, why don't you get a pet to keep you company?" Well, she thought that was a great idea. The only problem was Grandma didn't like pets inside her house, so she decided to get a pet that she could keep in her front yard. Can you think of the letter that comes before G in the musical alphabet? If you said F, you're correct. This is Grandma's front yard, since front starts with F. Now, Grandma loved fish, and so she built a fish pond in her front yard, and that is where she kept her fish. Now, of course, every other grandma on the street also wanted a pet now. So, can you find the front yard for this grandma? Point to it. If you're pointing right here, you're correct. So this is F. Maybe this grandma had a pet frog. Now there's one more F on this piano. Can you find where it is and point to it? If you're pointing right here, you're correct. Let's say this grandma had a pet flamingo. Maybe you can think of some other animals that start with the letter F for all the other grandmas higher or lower on the piano. If you get any good ideas for animals that start with the letter F, you can write them in the comments below. To find F on your piano, all you have to do is look for Grandma's house, which is any group of 3 black keys, and look for the front yard just before her house. Now it's time to press pause and find and play all the F's on your piano. Say F and play whenever you find one, and then press play again when you're ready to continue. Great job finding all the F's. Now let's play a game to review what you've learned today. I'm going to ask you to find and point to a certain note on Piano Street. If you're correct, you'll see a blue circle magically appear on that note. Let's try one for practice. On Piano Street, can you point to the lowest G? Remember that the low notes are this direction to the left. Point to the lowest G. Since the blue circle appeared here, you'll know that this was the right answer. This is the lowest G on our Piano Street. Now, let's play the game for real. Can you point to the highest G on Piano Street? Here's the correct answer. Now, can you point to the lowest F? The correct answer is down here. This is the lowest F on Piano Street. Can you point to the G that is nearest the middle of Piano Street? The correct answer is here. Now I may add in some notes that we learned last time. Can you point to the highest D on Piano Street? The correct answer is here. Can you point to the C that is nearest the middle of Piano Street? If you're pointing here, you are correct. Can you point to the lowest E on Piano Street? If you're pointing here, you are correct. Remember, to find E, look for two black keys and then look to the note just to the right. That's where the elephant came out. Great job learning about F and G on the piano today. To get even more practice with finding all the different keys of the piano, our team at Hoffman Academy created a game called Piano Street, which is available along with all our other games included with the premium membership. The Piano Street game is a fun way to get really good at finding any key on the piano by its letter name, so I recommend that you play it a little bit every day. Also, premium members get access to all of our audio and print materials for each lesson. So if you're not already a premium member, I highly recommend joining so you can get the most out of your learning. Plus, being a premium member supports everyone on the Hoffman Academy team, so we can keep making more great content for you. If you're already a premium member, thank you for supporting Hoffman Academy. We couldn't do this without you. Thanks for watching and learning with me, and see you next time.
Ah, Frog! What are you doing inside Grandma's house? You know she doesn't like you inside her bedroom. Out to the front yard with you.
Grog.
That's better.
Grog.